Even as Russian troops continue bombing, carry out ground-based assaults, and horrifying airstrikes across Ukraine, President Vladimir Putin's implied threat to turn the crisis into a broader nuclear conflict has sent the world into a tizzy. When Russia's invasion of Ukraine began, Putin had made a chilling threat to the rest of the world that they would face consequences greater than any of you have faced in history if they intervened. No one should have any doubts that a direct attack on our country will lead to the destruction and horrible consequences for any potential aggressor, Putin said. He added that Russia is one of the most potent nuclear powers and also has a certain edge in a range of state-of-the-art weapons. According to the Federation of American Scientists, Russia has a total nuclear warhead inventory of 5,977. This is the biggest in the world. In comparison, the United States has 5,428, while France has 290 and the United Kingdom has 225. The country's military is armed with some of the most brutal weapons to exist, including 4,447 warheads, KALIBR cruise missiles, flamethrowers, and $16 million father-of-all bombs that can vaporize bodies. Here's a look at Putin's nuclear arsenal, some of which are being used now and some that could be deployed in the future. Nuclear warheads. Although the official number of nuclear warheads that Russia has is a state secret, according to the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, the country has 4,447 nuclear warheads, 1,588 of which are deployed on ballistic missiles and at heavy bomber bases. It says there are an approximate additional 977 strategic warheads along with 1,912 non-strategic warheads being held in reserve. These are yet to be deployed in the conflict, and currently the only time in history that nuclear weapons have been used in combat was when the United States bombed Japan in August 1945 at the end of World War II. KALIBR cruise missiles. Developed by Russia as a rival to the American-made Tomahawk, the KALIBR long-range cruise missile is around 30 feet long, weighs up to 2.3 tons, and packs a 1,100-pound high-explosive or thermonuclear warhead. The KALIBR is Moscow's weapon of choice when it comes to launching precision strikes against enemy targets. The KALIBR, which can be launched by ships, submarines or ground troops, was developed in the 1990s and was used in combat for the first time in 2015. Footage from the Ukrainian city of Odessa last week had shown a warehouse being destroyed by a Russian KALIBR missile. Father of all bombs. Western officials have warned that Russia could use savage super weapons that vaporize bodies and crush internal organs if their invasion of Ukraine becomes bogged down. Officials add that Putin could resort to high-power thermobaric weapons, dubbed the father of all bombs, as brave Ukrainians resist his attempts to take control of capital city Kyiv. Also known as vacuum bombs, the thermobaric weapons were developed by both the United States and Soviet Union in the 1960s. In September 2007, Russia detonated the largest thermobaric weapon ever made, which created an explosion equivalent to 39.9 tons. TOS-1 BURATINO. According to reports, Russia is already using a thermobaric rocket system called TOS-1 BURATINO, also referred to as flamethrower. This multiple rocket launcher system fires fuel-air thermobaric rockets, which when it explodes, consumes all the oxygen in the blast zone, killing everyone in the area. The weapon is based on the Soviet-era T-72 main battle tank, with the main turret removed and replaces with a rocket launcher system holding 30 8.5-inch rockets. The system was developed in the mid-1980s and the unguided rockets have a 2-mile range. TSAR BOMBA. The TSAR BOMBA, officially designated RDS-220 by the Russian military, was the largest nuclear bomb ever created and was developed at the height of the Cold War to compete with thermonuclear devices produced by the USA. In 1954, America had detonated its largest thermonuclear device, designed to be far more powerful than earlier atomic bombs, which was named Castle Bravo and exploded in the Marshall Islands with 15 megatons of force. The Soviet military quickly set about trying to top it, and by 1961 had constructed a much larger bomb, which would set a record as the largest nuclear device ever built. The largest nuclear explosion ever to take place occurred when Russia detonated its TSAR BOMBA over the Barents Sea in October 1961. The blast was also big enough to register a 5.0 earthquake on the Richter scale. 2 years later, the United States, the UK, and the Soviet Union signed the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, banning nuclear weapons tests in the atmosphere, outer space, and underwater, limiting them to underground. 27M MALKA 203mm heavy self-propelled howitzer. According to reports, the Russians are using 27M MALKA 203mm heavy self-propelled howitzer, the most powerful conventional artillery system in the world. Also known as 2S7 Pion, the artillery system carries 4 projectiles for immediate use and is capable of firing nuclear ammunition. As Army Recognition reports, just one shot of the 203mm weapon can fully destroy a building used as a stronghold. Russian nuclear doctrine allows for use of what is known as a tactical nuclear weapon, a limited nuclear explosion to be deployed in a conventional conflict to make the enemy back down. Strategic nuclear weapons can hit targets much further afield, such as the United States. Tactical nuclear weapons is the term used for those deployed on the battlefield, such as Ukraine. For years, some US officials have been worried that Putin, if faced with the prospect of losing a war in Europe, might resort to the use of nuclear weapons, thinking it would quickly bring the conflict to an end on his terms.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel.